I received a new puzzle. This box puzzle, it's not really a box puzzle, it's a box with a cryptex lock on it, is known as the Mystery Box by J.J. Abrams and Theory 11. It's this really cool all wood sort of box with the question mark branding on it. It has this brass lock on it with these letters. Inside this box is a mystery. I have no idea what's inside. I've never opened one of these. Feels a bit heavy. I know that there's something inside, and we're gonna try and decipher the cryptex that's on this lock and hopefully open it and show you guys the contents of what's inside. So this box comes with a letter, and that's all I get. I get this letter, I get this box, I get this lock, and I have to try and open it. So let's try and figure out and see what's inside. And before we begin, don't forget to like this video if you do enjoy these types of videos, and let's get into it. All right, so before I open this, I do have a bit of an unfair advantage. I am friends with Jonathan Bain, the CEO at Theory 11, the person who created this in cooperation with J.J. Abrams. And I'm gonna give him a call quick on FaceTime. He's not expecting it, and hopefully he can give us a little bit of a clue to how this works. And hopefully he doesn't give us too big of a clue, but we'll give him a call now. All right, so hey, hey JB, I'm gonna face you towards the camera just so people can see you. So you're gonna be talking to like my camera rig. But I have a question about the mystery box. All right.
Okay, I may or may not be able to answer it then.
So I just received this box with this letter that you sent to me in the mail, and I'm just actually about to open it on camera. Actually, just to attempt to open it on camera. And I was hoping, since since we're friends, that you might be able to share some insight on this box.
Insight or the password?
No, I don't want the password, but is there anything I should know before I get into this?
Everything you need to know is inside the box or the letter that you got. We intend for it to be a mystery. We get like at least 2 emails a week from people that write in and they're like, hey, I bought this mystery box and I seem to have misplaced the paper that has the password and code on it. And then we reply to those and say, it would not be much of a mystery box, would it, if we told you the combination? So I think that's like the beauty of it is that we don't tell you the combination, and the choice to open it or not is yours. And some people choose to keep it closed as a kind of reminder of the power of mystery and wonder, and others, like probably you, are about to try to dig it open.
Everything I need to know is in this letter?
Everything you need to know is in the letter. It might not be immediately evident.
Okay, so the password is not like, this isn't just like a paper with like the password on it.
No, like you can hold it up to the light, you're not going to find anything. But everything you need to know information-wise to decipher the combination is within the contents of the letter.
All right, well that sounds interesting. Thanks. I might actually call you in a week if I don't actually open this, and we'll have a more detailed discussion. How about that? Yeah. All right, man. Thanks so much. I'll keep you posted later. All right, so there you have it. This whole thing revolves around mystery, and the choice whether or not, I guess, to open it is yours. So let's have a look at the contents of this letter. See what type of clues lie in wait for us. Such a shame taking off the wax seal. Kind of really beautiful, but this wouldn't be a puzzle unboxing video if I didn't. Okay, so inside we get this nice letter. Make sure there's nothing inside. No. And the letter reads as follows. November 2013, when I was a child, my grandfather, Harry Kelvin, would often take me to Tannen's Magic in Midtown Manhattan. Tannen's is a magic shop in New York, which is very cool. You should go there if you're ever in New York. It was the best place in the universe. Every trick held the potential for me to shock and amaze my family. It wasn't until many years later that I realized that they were never particularly shocked or amazed. One object, however, was especially intriguing to me, a magic mystery box which contained, Tannen said, $50 worth of magic for only $15. When I got home with the box, poised to rip it open, I realized that the very idea of what might be inside it was more powerful, more valuable, and more crazy compelling than whatever it actually did contain. Opening the box would somehow diminish its potential, so I decided to keep it closed. To this day, the box remains unopened. In honor of my grandfather, and anyone who has ever appreciated the power of a simple illusion, it is my pleasure to present the first Bad Robot partnership with the extraordinary Theory 11 Mystery Box playing cards. The choice to open the box is, or not, is yours. All right, so I guess we won't open the box today. I guess that's, no, you know what? As much as I like the idea of the potential of what's stored in this box and never opening it, which I find super compelling, I don't think it would be as compelling for a video unboxing this if I didn't unbox it. So we're gonna try and open it. The clues are somewhere hidden in plain sight, apparently. You've got some serial numbers up here. I don't know if you can see that. They're kind of embossed serial numbers. They read 20-2.41-72947, November 2013. So I don't particularly know if if these numbers have anything to do with opening the box, or if the date maybe, or, you know, my first instinct is, as a cryptologist, I don't even know if that's a word, but as someone who opens puzzles, I would think that the, maybe like the first, all the capital letters or something, maybe they open it. So let's see here, we have MSFR. So we have 4 letters per toggle. Is there anywhere in here that would give us either the M, the S, the F, or the R as a clue, whether that's a capital letter, whether that's in the numbers translating to the number of letters in the alphabet? Let's have a look. MSFR. MSFR. So maybe the word magic. Maybe we'll start with M, maybe. And then we have X, Y, J, A. So this could also spell out a word. However, I don't think it would be a word. MSFR. AXVJ. 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 Doesn't really seem to be anything with those letters standing out to me. Maybe this here, this number, translates to the number of words. Let's try that. Number 20. So let's count 20. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, which is an I. That doesn't work. How about the 20th letter of the alphabet? Oh, P, Q, R, S, T. T? T? No? No. Maybe 2. No, 2 is not there. What could the letters possibly spell out? Maybe there is a word here that we're missing that the letters could spell out somehow. Okay, so it doesn't end with a vowel. It doesn't look like there's a word that could be spelt out here. Saped? Is that a word? Saz? Oh, M-A-Z? Maz? Okay. This is really intriguing. I love cryptex puzzles. I feel like I'm in the Da Vinci Code or something. You know what? This, for some reason, Harry Kelvin. Like when I was a child, my grandfather, Harry Kelvin. I don't know why, but that seems a little fishy to me. That he would put his grandfather's name in there, and obviously his grandfather's last name is in Abrams, so that might be a clue. And HK are actually, you can find that on the cryptex as the last 2 letters. So I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and say HK is definitely 2 of these letters here. I don't know why, but that stands out to me. So HK. Is there a JJ here somewhere? There is a J. There's no JJ. Okay, so HK will be the last 2. We'll stick with that. I feel like the first one would be an M for some reason, because like none of the letters here, none of the capitalized letters fit here until you get to the M. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I'll start with an M. M. And then we're missing 2 here. What could these be? My grandfather, Harry Kelvin, would take me to Tannen's Magic in Midtown Manhattan. It was the best place in the universe. I'm never particularly shocked or amazed. What if here, hold on, flashlight, maybe shine it behind, maybe I'll uncover some secret about this.
You can hold it up to the light, you're not gonna find anything. You can hold it up to the light, you're not gonna find anything.
That would have been really clever had that worked. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I can't seem to find any clues on here that would make sense with this, other than just randomly putting it in. So what I'm gonna do this the old-fashioned way. I'm gonna write down all of the different combinations here and see if any of them can make sense to be a word in any way. So we have M, S, F, R, J, A, X, V, E, Z. We say Z because we're Canadian. Y, W, H, C, Q, P, K, D, B, R. Those are all the letters that are found on this cryptex. Now to figure out if any of them make sense. I mean, I'm really good at word games, by the way. Like, word games is my passion, whether it's Scrabble or Word Bond or whatever it is. What I noticed here is that none of the endings would make sense unless it was like CK. The only logical attachment to that would be the E, even though I don't know of anything that has ECK, like Peck maybe, or Shrek, ECK, and then we're lost. So just by looking at this actually gives us a really good clue. This tells us that the word that we're looking for, if at all it is a word, is not in order. Other option is that this is just random letters that are found on this letter here, or option B, that this does spell a word, but that the letters are all jumbled up. All right, so how many letters do we have here? 5 letters. Instead of looking for all individual letters in here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for 5-letter words in here, and we'll start there. So Harry. So Harry is the first 5-letter word here. So let's see if we can spell Harry. Right, okay, so we have an R, we have an A, we have a Y, we have an H, and we have another R. Did I just solve the puzzle? I think that would be a little too good on my first try. And just to make sure, are there any other 5-letter words here? There's every. Is there every there? No. Only one E, so that doesn't work. Shock, S. That might work actually. M-A, no, that doesn't work. All right, let's try Harry out first. And then R, let's try that. R, gonna make sure they're all lined up. I can't believe that worked. My half-assed attempt to solve this cryptex actually bared fruit. Oh, that is wonderful. Look at that. How beautiful is that little piece of brass here with the cryptext. Oh my God, that is amazing. That is so cool. Let's have a look at what is inside this mystery box. Wouldn't it be great if I had an ad pop up right now? All right, so here we go. Oh my God. Oh wow, it's a brick of mystery cards. Oh, that's amazing. Maybe another clue to the next treasure. Kind of really happy that I got a brick of cards, to be honest. And then just a piece of felt on the bottom. Make sure this piece of felt doesn't come off. There's no ticking things here. There's no switches anywhere. So a beautiful casing of mystery box cards. For your enjoyment today, we'll actually open one of these and show you what these cards look like. So these are in collaboration with Bad Robot and Theory 11. Nice packaging on this. There you have the Bad Robot logo. Open up these cards. Nice little artwork on the inside of that. And here are the cards. Oh, this is cool. I'll get to this in a second. This is really cool. Here are the cards. Feel really nice. They're actually a really nice stock of cards here. Cool, here are the faces. So you got the jokers, almost identical jokers. Really cool ace with that question mark there. And then, oh, cool. So here are the court cards. They're all little robots and stuff. I always appreciate little custom court cards like that. And that is it. Now let's get to the ad cards. These ad cards are really cool. So these are actually anamorphic cards. And what that means is you can set these up and it looks like it's 3D, but it's actually 2D. But we'll do that for you now, just to give you guys a look. Let me go get some scissors. All right. So, there you go. So, it's not this way, but it's actually this way. So if I hold it like this, just at the right angle, it'll look like I'm holding a little 3D object, when actually it looks like this. So cool little illusion that you get with this. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. You gotta find the right angle. Kind of looks like our little robot's just standing there. That's a cool little perspective illusion. That, my friends, was the mystery box puzzle solved. All right, guys, that is it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Cryptex stuff, like kind of feel like Nicolas Cage in National Treasure, or like Tom Hanks in Da Vinci Code. It was really, really cool to decipher. I'm really happy that we actually got it, and I'm actually happy that the clue wasn't like so blatant that we had to actually delve in a little bit. So let me know what you guys thought of this puzzle. Is this something that you would open, or would you leave closed forever? Interesting question. Might start a debate in the comments. But like this video if you did enjoy it, subscribe if you're new here, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace. Alright, I just called up JB because we actually got it open, which is very, very cool. The cards are really dope, by the way. Here's JB again. This was a lot of fun to do, man. This was like actually surprisingly moderately difficult. This wasn't, I thought it was going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah, so the box is not the hardest part to open, but there's more than meets the eye within the box.
Oh, you mean like the anamorphic puzzles that come with it and stuff?
No, that's cool. And that the inspiration for that was that, like, we didn't know what to do with the 2 extra cards or ad cards you get in the deck, and we want to do something fun with those. And so it's actually Sebastian Clerc, who's an amazing magician out of France, who I was at dinner with randomly, that proposed the idea of these anamorphic cards. If you hold them at the right angle, it looks like a little robot. Right, yeah. But no, that's not what I'm talking about at all. There's actually a secret puzzle within the box.
In the wood box, or in the
wood box, there's lots of things. I'll say no more.
Okay, hold on a second. Stay on the line, JB. You're not going anywhere.
Trying to rip it open?
I have to rip this open?
Maybe.
All right, let's see. All right. I'm not going to show this portion on the video. There's a on the inside of this. Can you, I'm going to try to be, I want to keep the secret of this because this is really cool. Can you tell us a little bit about what goes on this, maybe just a little bit so people can get an idea?
Well, to be vague, but to give you the info. So it's a mystery box, spoiler alert, and there are mysteries outside of the box and also inside of the box. And so the mysteries inside the box, if you were among the first to resolve those mysteries and solve those mysteries, there was and still is some prizes for those people. The first person that got to the finish line, who was someone in upstate New York, again, we've never spoken about this besides this video I'm telling you right now, was a box that showed up at his house at midnight in upstate New York. And inside this box at midnight with no one around to drop it off was a 1930s Underwood typewriter that was bright yellow. It looks really cool.
Wow.
And inside the roll of the typewriter was a note from JJ to this person who was the very first person to resolve all of the mysteries inside the box. And on the typewriter note, it just challenged him. I'm paraphrasing JJ's words terribly, but it just challenged him to use this typewriter to create more mystery and wonder in the world.
That is the single coolest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, that's some straight up Da Vinci Code national treasure shit.
You're in the
right
Pirate of Zion as well, if you solve the Illuminati confirmed. No, but it's you won't get that. Spoiler alert: if you solve the mystery, or whoever's watching this solves the mystery, that was just the first person. But there are rewards if you do correctly solve the challenge hereafter, still 2 years later.
All right, cool. So I'm glad that we've revealed some part of the mystery here, but not all of it. So guys, if you guys are definitely interested in this, I'll leave a link below. You guys can check this out or check these cards out individually.
If you solve it, there may or may not be things that show up at your door. I'm just saying.
What? Okay. Challenge accepted. Thanks, JB.
Peace.